All right, ladies and gents, this is Men's Health Mondays. This is Will Zander. So we'll get this started in about 60 seconds, give or take. Let me see if we can get the comments right for the live chat. That is still relatively tricky for me to sort out. All right, and if you're watching this live, click live. If you're watching this on replay, click replay. And we will get you this information shortly. I have a Facebook Live to do shortly after this, so we will keep this one short and to the point. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And today we're going to be covering forward to Las Vegas in the building. Welcome. Good to see you, Coach. Marcellus Mack, H-Town, getting down. Rick Burnett, Lillian, good to see you all. Happy Monday. Thank you for that. Mr. Stone, good to see you. And apparently our Men's Health Monday from last week on progressive load training did not upload properly. So we will recap some notes on that toward the end of this one. But let's dive right into the information. And we're going to be talking about one, two, three, four things today. And the first thing is going to be what is repeated is remembered, and what is remembered is repeated. So you heard this about a month ago. I want to reiterate it for you tonight so that it really, you start to saturate your mind with this information, and it'll become just a natural part of things that you already know. And it's first off going to be sleep. Okay, St. Louis, good to see you. And it's first off going to be sleep. Now, sleep is very important for several reasons. Let me give you my top five for guys because number one, gentlemen, when you sleep, your testosterone levels go up. If you're not getting enough sleep, your testosterone levels go down. And testosterone is going to be that master hormone that does literally dozens and dozens of benefits for guys and ladies too. Ladies need to have a healthy balance of estrogen and testosterone. We could do a whole call on that. Maybe we will in the future. The second thing that sleep's going to do is going to be to optimize the levels of human growth hormone or HGH. You can even just go do a Google search or a Bing or a DuckDuckGo search, and you can just put in benefits of HGH for men or benefits of HGH for women and type that and see all those benefits there. And what type of nutrition and supplementation that you're doing with your diet and sleep and intermittent fasting and all of those good things to boost your HGH levels. Without sleep, that is going to be the main time when your body creates these things and does that. Okay. Number three, the thing about sleep, fat burning. Ladies and gentlemen, if you go to sleep at night, you typically wake up lighter in the morning. How many people notice that? Yeah, we got the Sega Genesis throwback joint going today, Terry. I see you. So how many people, when you go to sleep at night, you wake up, you get a good 8 hours of sleep, you wake up the next morning and you're lighter when you get on the scale. Even if you don't wake up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom, you're still lighter, okay? If you get enough sleep. Now, if you just take a nap for 30 minutes or an hour, you don't necessarily wake up lighter. But when you go to bed, provided you're not midnight snacking, putting calories, which weigh things into your body, just go to sleep for 8 hours and wake up. 99% of people are going to be lighter the next day. Why? Because when you exercise, your body burns a certain amount of calories, but the majority of your calories are burned while you sleep. Okay, your body has to use calories as energy to handle all kind of body processes. So sleep is going to be important for your hormonal balance, guy or girl. You need sleep. Number two, sleep is going to be great for your human growth hormone optimization. Number three, sleep is going to be great for your fat burn. Number four, muscle development. You can work out at the gym all day. You can lift 1,000,000 pounds. You can get on a treadmill. You can do 200 crunches. Okay, you can do 200 crunches and all these type of things. All right, you can do all of that type of stuff. If you don't sleep, you're not going to have any muscle development because your muscles undergo stress. Your ligaments and tendons undergo stress while you're working out. When you wake up in the morning, after you've rested, that is when your muscles are recovering when they rest. Eve says right here, she says she heavy like a stone. Eve, you got to get on that scale every morning and just check it out because legit, like I said, 99% of people, you might be part of the 1%. You probably need to get that checked out. But definitely do the scale at night. And if you don't eat anything or drink anything, just go to bed for 8 hours. There is literally no conceivable way how you will wake up the next morning heavier, especially if you weigh yourself at night before you go to bed. From day to day, because of what you eat, you can gain weight. But if you go to bed at night, you weigh yourself before you go to bed, then you weigh yourself 8 hours later in the morning, it is almost statistically, scientifically impossible, nearly to not be lighter simply because of the calories and everything that your body is burning. Calories in, calories out. There's a bunch of different people that try to look for cheat codes about eating and things like that. But at the end of the day, calories are a unit of energy. They do determine, the poundage on whatever on weight. Oh, you never checked it before? Okay, yeah. Just you might feel heavier for whatever reason or sluggish in the morning, but if you get on a scale at night, you sleep 8 hours, you get on a scale next morning, you're lighter. Period. Point blank. Yeah, that's how it normally works. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, for sleeping, it's when your brain does several amazing functions, but one of which is detoxing. Okay, your brain, like anything. All right, we got Trinidad and Tobago in the building with Eve. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you on in Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll be there real soon. Welcome, welcome. And so while you're sleeping, your brain is going to be detoxing. This is very, very important. Your brain is running all the time, all day. And like any piece of machinery, it is going to create certain byproducts, certain toxic runoff. Just like when you start your car, you have to have an exhaust pipe because energy, combustion's happening and things like that. Your brain is a large electromagnetic processor. Okay, electrical signals are running from your brain to your arms and legs to move you around and everything. So your brain does a lot. It has a lot of toxic runoff and byproduct as well. In order to flush that out, your body has to go to sleep, and then your brain will start the very important process of literally detoxing your brain. Another thing that it's going to be doing, it's going to be taking things from your short-term memory and moving them into your long-term memory. It does a bunch of other stuff, but those are just two things I wanted to mention that are very important for your cognitive function. Is going to be sleep is really good for your muscles. It's really good for your hormones. It's really good for your tendons and ligaments and recovery. It's good for fat loss. It's also very, very important for your brain. And that is one of the things Richard Branson said that he would never not do is going to get the right amount of sleep. He don't care what work or job or business he had going on, because if you're not getting your sleep, it's going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue for you in anything else that you decide to do in life for sure. There was actually a certain type of torture that people would do back in different war days, where they would have prisoners locked up. They wouldn't do nothing to them but not let them go to sleep. They would turn music up real, real loud, keep the lights bright, bright, whatever they had to do. They would just keep them from sleeping. And these people started going insane. That so many bad things happen when you don't get the right amount of sleep. I don't care what your job is. All right. Second thing we're going to talk about is going to be walking. Now, I've never been a real big proponent of walking yes, fitness is a non-negotiable. Exactly. I've never been a big fan of walking as a fitness technique, only because most of us have been walking since we've been 2 years old. Okay, just understand that. Yeah, sleep deprivation, Derek. Exactly. However, for people who may be a little bit further away from their ideal weight loss, walking could be good for them. People who have a sedentary lifestyle, people who don't work out, people who don't, who are, in their own opinion, significantly overweight and things like that. Yeah, walking is going to be really good for them. For people who've been lifetime athletes, people who are not sedentary, who move around a lot for their life, it's not that walking is not great. Walking is great, but you've been doing it so long, since you've been 2 years old. And for most people, you've been walking most days from time to time. That's going to be something that'll really work good for them. Now, even if you are already in shape, I'll tell you two types of walking that are actually going to be super good. Incline walking is going to be really, really good, super good, and walking backwards. Okay, walking backwards is not only going to help your balance, even if you have to do it slower. Walking backwards is going to be one of the best exercises to bulletproof your knees, especially as you get older. And also walking, but doing high knees. Okay, really working the high knees is going to help your hip flexor and your range of motion with your knee. Not just marching, but high knees for X amount of yards per time that you're walking. This is why a lot of people are having knee replacement surgeries when they get older, is because they're not using their knees past a certain angle for a very long time. Okay. In fact, There is not a single day when I go to the gym, I do not start a workout without at least 10 minutes of backwards walking on an incline on the treadmill, okay, at low speed, low incline, but I'm walking backwards for 10 minutes and then I'm going to do 25 or 50 high knees, if not more. And I'm not ever if I can't take the time of that little 10, 12 minutes in the beginning to do that, to warm me up and get my knees right and walk backwards to get my knees situated, I am simply not going to work out that day. It's the most important part of my routine is going to be the mobility, the walking backwards, the high knees, the stretching. I'll do dead hangs from a bar. You grab a bar, just hang from it, let all your vertebrae and everything get right. I will not work out if I can't do that first. I just won't do it. Well, today is not going to be a workout day because that it is that important. Like the first time I tore my ACL when I was in college, I tore my ACL in college. It took me 6 weeks to start walking again without the big cast and the crutches. Okay, I tore my ACL again, maybe last year, and not only was I walking less than 2 weeks later, I actually climbed a mountain. Who was with us in Denver, Colorado, when we went and climbed that mountain? Uh, I climbed a mountain in Denver. Okay, climbed the mountain. All right, in literally 2 weeks later. Now, for the record, I had a knee brace on. For the record, I had the walking sticks. But at the end of the day, that's what we did. All right, that's what we did. Now, what's the difference? Why was my recovery so fast? I understand nutrition, supplements, sleep, and rest way better in my 40s than I did in my teens. So just understand that part. The second thing, I've been walking backwards on a treadmill several times a week for years. So my knees are almost bulletproof. Who's that? David? David said tortilla. David, I don't know David, but David's a goofball. David don't have long hair. If David had long hair, he would know sometimes you got to put something to hold your hair because it's long. All right. So the next thing that we're going to talk about here, we are going to talk about hydration. We're going to talk about water. Okay, this is very, very important. Look, Derek said you climb a mountain in your dreams. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. So the next thing we're going to have is going to be hydration. Now, hydration is very, very important. Why is hydration important? Number one, your muscles are made out of 75% water. Just understand that. Okay. Number two, your bones are made out of 73% water. All right. Number three, your brain is made out of 73% water. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. Number three, your bones are 22% water. All right. And number four, your ligaments and tendons are 70% water. Okay. All right. Oh man, David got outvoted, man. David said, I love you, man. Love you too, bro. Look, MJ, look, she the only one. MJ matters. She says she feeling the look. That's all that matters. Marcus, yeah, cool. It's just for people who have long hair, y'all get sometimes you gotta just look. Sometimes you gotta go ahead and tuck it away, man. My hair is everywhere right now. But that's the sign of being healthy. Um, I'm closer to 50 than I am 40. And I can tell you that the things we talk about on these particular calls and things like that are going to help your hair grow. They're going to help your nails grow. If you don't shave every day, you will have a massive beard. For dudes that had the little baby beards and the patchy beards and the beard won't fill in, you got to try some supplements. You got to try water and things of that nature. It's something in your nutrition that's not allowing your hair follicles to really perform at their best. But that being said, yes, Eve, we are mostly water, which is really, really crazy. I'll say that one more time for my friends in the cheap seats. Muscle, 75% water. That's crazy. Your brain, 73% water. Crazy. Number three, your bone, 22% water. Crazy. Number four, not your ligaments, your tendons is 70% water. So when you see athletes cramping up on the sidelines or pulling a muscle during the game, a lot of times it's because they're dehydrated. You got to really, really understand how important water is. So the quality of water you drink matters. This is why we do not drink tap water whenever possible, anyway, unless we run it through a superior filter. Brita's good, but Berkey is going to be absolutely phenomenal for water. Okay, vegetables. A lot of times, like Coach Troy put right there, vegetables have a ton of water. That's what happens. In fact, there are some people, not me, But there are some people, they're not athletes, but some people who are super, super healthy are going to get most of their water from different types of fruits and vegetables. All right. But water is going to be super, super, super important. For my guys who are bald, no. Listen, my guys who rock the bald heads, Troy and Marcus and the other guys. No, man, these are good looking brothers, man. Pause, no homo, but they good looking brothers. But here's the thing: not everybody has a head that can be bald. So I had a bald head once when I was in high school, because Michael Jordan, everybody was trying to do the bald head look. I don't have a head for it. I can't lie. I am blessed my hair. I ain't got it like that. Okay, but here's the point: water is going to be very, very important for you, and it's also going to assist in creating lymphatic fluid, detoxing, and so much more. So that's the things we want to talk about: sleep, walking, water, and now the last thing we're going to talk about today. And again, we can do literally hours and hours worth of content on just sleep, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of content on just walking, hours and hours and hours and hours of content on just hydration. But we wanted to cover today. And the last thing I'll share with you is just a little recap from last week's call, which was not recorded, and that is going to be progressive load training. Now, when you're young and indestructible and you can do anything, okay, you're going to heal faster. You're going to be able to eat basically whatever for most people, all right? However, as you get older, it is going to be different. And this is something I'll tell you. Progressive load training as I get older is going to be one of my top tier secrets to success. When I first started doing progressive load training, I had to get my ego out of the way. And I had to go, although my bench press max, for example, is 405, all right, for 2 or 3 reps. Can't do much more than that. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to go to the gym and do that. All right. When I started progressive load training, I wasn't warming up to do super, super heavy weight. I started off and I said, all right, I'm going to go super light. I'm going to do 135. Super light. Some people got to go with even less than that. It doesn't matter if I would have even started at 50 pounds, 25 pounds. Why? Because I'm going to give myself X amount of days to recover. And I'm going to eat right, do cardio stretch, do some other exercises. But I'm just going to use the bench press for my example. Yeah, I love weights more than cardio too, but at my age, I got to do both. But I'm just going to use the bench press as an example. Okay. So the weights really don't matter. It's the concept I want you to understand. So if I go there and I do even 135 pounds for 2 reps, I racked it. Okay, that's it for the day. Hypothetically speaking, give myself a day or two to recover, and sometimes 4 days. Will, why do you take 4 days to recover? Sometimes I'll take a week off in between lifting weights. Will, why? Because once you get into the heavier weights, your muscles, especially with supplementations like we have, water and sleep, your muscles recover very, very quickly. Okay. Your ligaments and tendons and joints need recovery time too. And because they have smaller blood vessels, the nutrients do not get into the ligaments, tendons, and joints and your bones at the same level. So your muscle recovers this fast, ligaments, tendons, bones, joints recover this fast. So you have to give them a rest. Sometimes when a person tears their, people rarely tear their shoulder muscle. It's normally a rotator cuff. It's a ligament. It's a tendon. People rarely tear the quadricep muscle. Normally, it's your anterior cruciate ligament, the medial collateral cruciate ligament. It's the MCL. It's the ligament that people are tearing, not the muscle. Muscle is shockingly durable and recovers very, 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 very quickly. But I give myself a minimum of 4 to 7 days in between weight training, specifically, low blood flow, specifically to give my ligaments, joints, and tendons time to heal as well. So my injury rate has gone way down. My joints and ligaments now at 47 feel better than they did when I was 27. I kid you not. It all comes down to the recovery. Now, the next time I go to the gym, I'll, warm up, do my thing. I'm not going to do 135 more than maybe once just to get loose. I'm going to do at least 140. Oh, Eve, I love lemongrass. Oh, yeah. Lemongrass is actually mentioned in the Bible. It's called calamus in the Bible, but we currently call calamus essential oil. We call it lemongrass these days. Okay. Just quick note there. All right. That being said, I'm going to do at least 140 pounds next time. Now, I may do 2 or 3 reps or X amount of reps, 10, 12 reps, that's fine. If I can do 12 reps or 16 reps of a weight, Lord forbid, 20 reps of a weight, it's time to go up in weight. But I do not go up in weight by 10, 15, 20 pounds. I don't do that anymore. Okay. I go up in weight 2.5 to 5 pounds maximum. Maximum. Why? Because I want to very slowly, progressively load my muscles. Okay. Now I don't know if I have several journals, and I'll just tell you. So we'll wrap this call up. Now this is a journal, one of my journals, and I will never go to the gym without a journal. I drove like 20 minutes to the gym without my journal, turned right back around and came back. Okay. MJ's like, what are you back for? Hey, I came to I forgot my journal and I need to take my notes. So let's say, for example, when I just fill these books up, I go back just a couple of months. Okay. So this isn't that many months ago. And I will look at what I was doing on the close grip lat pull down. So this particular month, I was doing 170 pounds on a close grip lat pull down. Then I start to fast forward. Okay. 2 weeks later, on a close grip lat pull down, I am simply doing 175 pounds. Literally 2 to 3 weeks later, it's only a 5 pound increase, but I feel no pain. Okay. My joints and everything are good. Now, let's say I fast forward a month. Let's fast forward 2 months. Okay. Let's fast forward 3 months. So this is 3 months later. So 3 months later, all right, a little bit over, yeah, 3 months and 4 days later, I am up to 210 pounds on the same piece of machinery from 175 to 210 in 90 days. Now we're going to go forward again. Let's see. Let's go forward. That's 2 months from then. Okay. So 2 months later, I'm at 230 pounds. All right. So I'm going very, very low every workout. And if I can't do more than 1 or 2 reps really solid, I'm going to stay at that weight and get the reps up. And once the reps get up, then I'm going to go up by 5 pounds. Okay. So it went from 175 to 230 in 5 months. Okay. But again, zero injury and everything else. Now you fast forward to the next month, I'm still at 230, but I'm doing more reps. All right. The heavier it gets. Then you fast forward past that. 2 weeks later, I'm still doing the same weight, but I went from 6 reps to 9 reps. All right. And this is the last thing I give you. This is another the next month. Now I'm at 12 reps. So if I go to the gym, I won't even go up in weight until I'm at a certain amount of reps. So I went from 6 reps 1 week, 2 weeks later, I was up to 9 reps. Then I went up to 12 reps, and that's with 230 pounds. And again, I'm not trying to get in there and do a 1 rep max. I'm trying to get in there and make sure that I'm increasing either the reps or the weight. All right. And I'm protecting my ligaments and joints and tendons and bone and allowing them to recover and grow at the same weight that the muscle. So the muscle's ready to do more. Man, 230, I'm ready for 240. But the ligaments, joints, and tendons are saying, nah, easy there, Chief. We need to heal too, or else you're going to tear something. All right. And we don't want that, especially when you're getting up into the 200 to 300 pound range. Injury, the heavier you go, injury is more likely to occur. Okay. Now, it wasn't until 4 months later that well, 3 months later that I mastered that weight. And then I went up to 240 pounds. So I'm looking at this going, I went from 200 to 230 to 240. That means if I ever jump more than 5 pounds, it's because that machine only goes in 10-pound increments, because I would have went from 230 to 235, but I couldn't. Okay. So X amount of weeks later, I went up to 240 and I started right there at 3 reps at 240. Okay. And then I keep moving. Then just 2 weeks later, I had a big jump and I went from 10 reps at 240. So 10 reps, 10 reps at 240, which was actually a pretty big jump for me. And reps is easier to jump than weight. And then as I keep moving, last one I'll tell you, the next month I was up to 250 and I did 2 reps to 250. And then a week or two later, I did, let me see, what did I do a week or two later once I got to 250? 3 reps at 250, 6 reps at 250. 17 reps. Yeah, that's too much. And then I went up the next week. Yeah. And then eventually I can tell you what happened. I maxed out that machine. So once I do all of the plates on the machine, I think it's like 300 pounds. Once I get comfortable with that, I'm going to switch to a different exercise for that body part. I've mastered that machine. There's nothing more I can do on that machine. It may take a year. It may take 6 months. People come to the gym, oh man, that guy's doing that. But I didn't start out doing that. It is a very methodical, scientific process where I'm going to increase the reps by one, or in theory, the pounds by one. And I'm going to take 4 to 7 days off from the weight aspect of it, not the cardio stretching aspect of it, but the weight aspect of it. I'm going to take at least 4 to 7 days off. And I haven't had to miss a workout in forever. I haven't been injured in forever. When I tore my ACL, that's only because I was doing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and some dude flew into my knee, tried to football tackle me. Just, young kids, man, all of that, all that energy. But I recovered really fast and we're back at it. So that's the tips we got for today. I love y'all. God bless y'all. I got to go live in our network marketing group to drop some gems tonight. And y'all have a good night. And I will see you on the next one. And hopefully this video let me see. Question. Oh yeah, hopefully this video uploads. Do I work different body parts on the same day? Yes. Okay. So great question there, coach. So since I only work out twice a week, once every 4 to 7 days, what I'm going to do is, and yeah, anything Coach Troy puts in there from the fitness standpoint, y'all probably need to screenshot that. Coach Troy says 8 laws of health are nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine. Can't beat that. Temperance, aka balance or possibly moderation, air, rest, and trust in divine power. Y'all need to screenshot that. That's wisdom from Troy the Immortal Monroe. All right. That being said, man, I was going to tell a quick Troy Monroe story, but there is no quick Troy Monroe story. The stuff is like the stuff of legend. Some stuff you got to be there to see it. But I will share it on our Facebook Live. But that being said, hey, Richard, good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate your support, man. So last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I'll answer Coach Marx's question. Different body parts on the same day. So let's say, for example, I worked out today, which I didn't. But let's say I worked out today. Yeah, that's probably my favorite story about Troy's Treetop Troy. I'm going to tell that one on the Facebook Live shortly. All right. So if I worked out today, which is Monday, obviously, I am not going to, and let's say I did upper body, but on upper body, I would do probably chest and back. Okay. Because when I do chest and back, I'm going to be working shoulders, forearms, biceps, triceps. I'm working everything else incidentally. Okay. Because those are the core muscle groups. So today's Monday. I'm not going to do another weight bearing set of exercises from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday till probably Thursday or Friday at the earliest. Okay. Earliest Thursday or Friday. And that's going to be legs. And legs are going to be, I'm going to start off with the isolated muscles to warm everything up. And then I'm going to do the big core lifts. I don't do any squatting with weight on my back anymore. I will do leg press. I'll do deadlifts and things of that nature, but I will not do squatting with all that weight on my spine. I don't like that. I would sooner do deadlifts, leg press, hack squat, anything other than that, basically. But again, and two, for you people who know young athletes, I'm gonna tell you right now, do not let these young athletes, I don't even care if they're high school, even college, I do not recommend them squatting with that weight on their back. That is going to really make their bones more dense, and not necessarily in a bad way, but what it really does is it's going to stunt their growth. I'll give you an example. I'm 6'4", my brother's 6'4", my dad's 6'2", his brother's 6'2", his other brother's 6'6", played for the Seattle Supersonics and Chicago Bulls. Our family's super, super tall, okay? My baby brother, all right, who was born over 10 pounds. He's supposed to be the biggest one of us. The one thing different was that's when high school started really taking weight training really seriously. When we played high school ball, we never worked out. We just didn't. But in usually the bigger you wasn't, the stronger you wasn't, or whatever. We might have fooled around in the gym from time to time, but nothing major. The high school athletes, when my baby brother was coming up, and he went on to play college ball and things of that nature, but they were doing a lot of exercises, but a lot of squats, a lot of weight bearing exercises. And my baby brother's only 6 feet, which I say only, for a lot of people, it's not a big deal. He should have been far taller. He should have been a bigger, taller of us. But the weights on the back of the spine, especially when kids is trying to go hard, trying to get these numbers, we've learned over time, it's stunting their growth. Stay away from that stuff. They'll do better doing plyometrics and deadlift and farmers walks and things like that. But in dead hangs, make the athletes longer. All right. Uh, but yeah, so 4 days later, Coach Marcus, I will do legs and on a Thursday or Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, maybe Tuesday, I will do another upper body workout, but not chest and back. I will do shoulders and arms because shoulders and arms, because that's fun, but it's still technically upper body. And then 4 to 7 days after that, I'll do legs again. Then 4 to 7 days after that, I'll do chest and back. So the particular workout cycle I'm on right now, until I max out all those machines and weight things that I do, and then I move on to something else, is chest and back one day, 4 to 7 days later, just depends on how my body feels. I'll do legs and calves, and then 4 to 7 days later, I'll do shoulders and arms. Then 4 to 7 days later, I'll do chest and back. Then 4 to 7 days later, I'll do legs. So it's upper body legs, upper body legs, upper body legs. That's the split. That's the split that I'm using. Okay. Body weight training is much ways. Boy, you ain't lying. Coach Troy said, body weight training is one of the best ways to stay at an elite level as you get older. With weight training, you really got it. Yeah, exactly. With weight training, you have to listen to your body. And again, I like it for bone density purposes more than anything, to be quite frank at this point. But body weight training for me is actually going to be harder. It is absolutely, it's amazing. But yeah, so there's all different types of ways to do. But those things about sleep and, walking, hiking, recovery, and things like that, hydration and stuff like that, that's going to apply no matter what you do. Okay. So love y'all. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good night. And I will see y'all on the next one. Thank you so much.